Welcome back to the Richest Man in Babylon Summarized. We're on Chapter 10, The Luckiest Man in Babylon. This is the final chapter in the book. What's the story here? A wealthy, elderly man named Sharu Nada rides at the head of a caravan. Beside him rides the pretentious grandson of his old partner, Arad Gula. They approach the gates of Babylon. Sharu muses on the vanity and slothfulness of his friend's grandson and wonders how best to help him. Hadan Gula, the grandson, is possessed by the idea that work is for the slaves, and that nobility comes in making money without working. In an attempt to teach Hadan wisdom, Sharu decides to share the secret of his and Arad's past. Sharu tells Hadan the story of how, through no fault of his own, he was sold into slavery as a youth. During the march towards Babylon where he was to be sold, Sharu received the counsel of a fellow slave named Megiddo, whose advice would shape his future. Megiddo urged Sharu and the others to be hard workers. It doesn't make sense to me to talk of masters beating willing, hard-working slaves to death. Masters like good slaves and treat them well. That night, Sharu was counseled by a guard to advertise himself as a hard worker so as to encourage buyers to want to buy him. Sharu is purchased by a baker, and though Sharu knows nothing of baking, his eagerness and his expression of his desire to learn and his commitment to work hard convince the man to buy him. Sharu works hard for his master and eventually improves his situation such that he's able to earn small amounts of money. He plans to save this money to eventually buy his freedom. It is during this time that Sharu becomes acquainted with Arad, Hadan's grandfather, who is also in his youth and is also a slave. Hadan is appalled and insulted to learn that his grandfather, a man most respected, was once a slave. Sharu rebukes Hadan, saying, "I honor him for rising above his misfortune. Art thou man enough to face true facts, or dost thou prefer to live under false illusions?" Sharu resumes his telling, speaking of when he learned the fate of others in his slave group who were less inclined to work hard. One, Zabado, a gaunt and broken thing, made to haul bricks beneath the whips on the walls of Babylon. Another, Pirate, was flogged to death because he murdered a guard in his attempt to escape his burdens. It's worth noting here that Babylonian slaves were not treated in the same way we in the modern era perceive slavery. A slave could own property, even other slaves. Slaves intermarried freely with non-slaves. Most of the city's merchants were slaves. Eventually, Sharu is sold to another master where he works under the brutal sun digging trenches. However, he is rescued by Arad and his freedom purchased. Arad declares he did this for Sharu because Sharu gave him wise counsel in the power of hard work. Sharu concludes his tale to Hadan, bespeaking the virtue of hard work and its ability to produce wealth and, more importantly, character. Hadan is touched by the history of his grandfather and humbles himself, resolving to emulate his progenitor by becoming a cheerful and hard worker. So what are the financial principles involved in this chapter? It is wise to seek counsel from those better at handling money than you. It is necessary to have a financial plan. It is foolishness to run away from the consequences of your actions. Better to have honor and face them directly. Helping others is a great way to get others to help you. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Networking is an important part of financial mobility. Wisdom comes to those who are humble enough to seek counsel. Spending money as quickly as you get it, living paycheck to paycheck, is a foolish way to handle money. When creating a financial plan, it's important to think long term. Hard work is an honorable thing and has proven over time to not only be a great way to earn money, but a great way to build character as well. You cannot get ahead in your career field or your life by shirking work. Sometimes our unfortunate circumstances are not our fault. We must still work hard to rectify them. When foolish decisions, whether our own or someone else's, lead us into a life of slavery, the best thing we can do is work hard to rescue ourselves. There is no secret to wealth. Hard work and wisdom is all that is needed. Embracing hard work as a positive aspect of life will bring many good things. Good luck attends those who work hard and put themselves in optimal situations for advancement. Masters, employers, love a hard-working slave, employee. Even if the master does not appreciate the hard work, remember, work well done does good to the man who does it. It makes him a better man. When looking for employment, approach as many opportunities as you can. During interviews and networking, it's important to share your best qualities and show a willingness to work hard and learn well. Employers appreciate an employee who takes the initiative and goes above and beyond what's expected of them. Our willingness and cheerfulness to engage in hard work sets us apart from others and attracts the attention of those in high station looking for qualified workers. It is often through the forge of hard work and discipline that humanity finds their best selves. There is no shortcut to success, only hard work. Often, the pain of hard work hurts now, but pays off with contentment and wealth later. It's important to keep money in the appropriate perspective. We cannot take our money with us when we die. Regulate the pleasures of life to where they belong. Secondary. So how do we apply these financial principles in our lives? Do not shirk from labor, rather learn to love it. There are always secondary pleasures we seek to accomplish, but remember that they are secondary. Show up to work early, stay late, help others with their tasks, be cheerful and eager to do as directed, giving due deference to your superiors. Be eager to learn and adopt new tasks. Do not wait for handouts from others. Do not expect the government or family members to save you. Work out your own prosperity with zealous tenacity. Reach out and form meaningful relationships with the people around you. Attend as many interviews as time allows. Create a financial plan for your long-term goals and then work hard to see those goals realized. Seek counsel from those who are financially successful. Create a budget and follow it with zealous tenacity. Do not live paycheck to paycheck. Reassess and readjust your finances as described previously in this book. Despite everything that has been said, remember that money does not bring joy. We cannot take our money with us when we die. Money is a catalyst by which we gain greater access to the things that bring us joy. Adopt this perspective. That concludes Chapter 10 of The Richest Man in Babylon, The Luckiest Man in Babylon, summarized. We have no Chapter 11. That is the last chapter of the book. I would invite you to view Chapter 10 discussed, and once you've done that, I have many other videos on my channel that you are welcome and invited to view. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck.